Hello again to my algebra class. We are moving on to lesson 60 today, which is on geometric solids. It talks about prisms and cylinders. We have worked with some basic geometric solids already, so this really isn't going to be anything new for us. It's just kind of a continuation of what we have already learned, volume and surface area. So volume isn't really going to change very much. That's still going to remain pretty simple. If you will remember, volume is pretty much always going to be area of the base times the height. So far, we're eventually going to get to a point where we'll need some other formulas, but still for right now, that's going to hold us, okay? Volume equals area base times the height. So example 1 here in the book actually wants us to find volume of something. If you read along with me there, it says the area of a base of a right pentagonal prism, which just means the base is a pentagon, it has 5 sides, is 28 square centimeters, and the length of a lateral edge is 10 centimeters. A lateral edge is just a side edge, okay? In this case, it's basically the height is what it ends up being. They actually have a picture of this thing in the book also. It says find the volume of the right pentagonal prism. Well, this is very, very easy because like we already said, volume equals area of base times height. And in this problem, they actually specifically tell us both of those things. Isn't that nice? Because they told us the area of the base is 28 square centimeters, so we don't have to find that. Normally on one of these problems we do, but they just told us this is the area of the base. And then they tell us the length of a lateral side or a lateral edge is 10 centimeters, and that is the height. So the volume is the area of the base times the height, which means the volume is 280 cubic centimeters. They're not usually all that easy, but this one is. Remember, sometimes they will actually tell you the area of the base. So if they do, that's just all the easier. You don't have to find it. And on this problem, they do. So area of the base times the height is going to equal 280 cubic centimeters. Now, the other thing that's a little harder, as usual, is surface area. They do give us an example with that. So we're going to move over to the next page, page 245, and this one is going to be example 2. Now, they give us another shape, and like I said on this one, they want us to actually find surface area, or actually they want us to find what's called the lateral surface area. So we've done regular surface area a lot, which consists of the bottom, the top, and the sides. Lateral surface area is a little bit easier. It's actually just the sides, because that's what lateral means, sides. So this one says find the lateral surface area of this right prism whose bases are regular pentagons. Now in the last problem it just said it was a pentagon. It was a 5-sided shape, and in the picture it was quite obvious that the 5 sides were not equal. A regular pentagon, though, is a 5-sided shape where all the sides are equal. Kind of like the military building in Washington, the Pentagon. That's normally what we think of when we think of a pentagon, but it specifically says here that it is a regular pentagon. So that tells us that all 5 sides of this thing are equal. In the picture, they actually show one of the sides, but like I said, since it is a regular pentagon, we know all the other sides are going to be the same, okay? So what they do is they show us the side of this thing, which is a rectangle, and it is 15 by 8. So we can do 15 times 8 to figure out what the area of this side is. And when we do 15 times 8, I believe we get 240. Let me double check that. Or 120, my mistake. So 120 is how much one of these sides is. And remember, this thing has 5 sides, and what we said is they're all equal. So if we've got 120 on one, we've got 120 on all 5 of them. So if we want to know the total lateral surface area, well, we just take the area of one side, and since all 5 of them are the same, we can multiply it by 5, and we get a total lateral surface area of 600 square meters. Now, if it had said this thing was a hexagon, then it would have 6 sides. We would have multiplied by 6. If it had said it was an octagon, it would have had 8 sides, and we would have multiplied by 8. But the key word in it was that it was a regular pentagon. That means all of them are the same, and so we can take a little shortcut like that. So that's nice. All right, y'all will be working in problem set 60, so go ahead and get to work on that. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and good luck on it.